Yo, what is going on, guys? Episode 96 of many. If you are watching, you will see I am still in my office. Yes, project's going well down there. I know I probably don't need to keep telling you, but I am excited. The paint is done. The electrical is done. They're just finishing up some little mud work, mud and tape work. We took a doorway out down there and just kind of made it a wall for soundproofing purposes. We didn't need the door. And then we're going to clean the floor up. So for those of you listening, we've got this project, right? We've got this little building right across the street here in Watoma in our parking lot at the gym here. And we are renovating that. We are turning that into our kind of, we'll call it our headquarters space, our office space. There's one unit down there right now that is rented out for Annie. She does a dance studio down there for her young girls that do dance and all of that. And then the next room over is going to be our headquarters area where we do like our team meetings, if we do like a Christmas party, staff party, if we need a place to all meet, or again, a bigger group meeting, and then our general office space. So like 4, 5, 6 desks down there, a little lounge space, just hang out somewhere a little bit quieter. We'll be down there. And then the next unit over will turn into, in quotations, the podcast studio, my main office where I can just kind of get some time alone if I need to like really crank and get some stuff done. So that project is in the works. Like I said, the main office area now, paint is done. Lighting is to where it needs to be right now. Eventually we'll come back. We'll take the lights out that are down there and add some cooler lights. But right now we're trying to be most cost effective as we've got a lot of other projects and things in the works. So we are not going to do the flooring project right away because we want to do like a nice vinyl flooring, a nice laminate of some sort. We wanted to do like a stained concrete, but we're not going to do that. So we're just going to clean the floor up. We are going to maybe throw some gallons of paint on it if it's like still dirty after cleaning it. Otherwise, we're just going to leave it raw concrete for now. And then again, in coming months, we'll kind of come back and finish this project. So that's what's happening. That's why I'm in my office here. But anyways, I'm super excited to have you guys. Today, it's just me, no guests. And I'm going to give you some updates on what's going on with our businesses and leave you off with some good stuff. Before we start, I would like to say this one little quote that I was reading the other day. An amateur practices till they can do a thing right, a professional until he can't do it wrong. Just something to think about in your day-to-day life, the things you're doing with intention, like we've been talking about. Are you just trying to be good enough? Are you trying to be great? Like, what is your goal? Why are we doing this thing? So just remember that. An amateur practices till they can do a thing right, a professional until he can't do it wrong. I just enjoyed that, so I want to leave that there for you. So, some updates, some business updates. What's happening with us? What are we doing? By now, some of you may have heard we are acquiring a bar and restaurant in Berlin, Wisconsin, formerly known as Izzy's Dockside. Today's Tuesday that you're listening to this. We are closing on the property today, so as long as everything goes well, we are buying a bar and restaurant. Now, you might gasp, you might be like, why the hell are you doing that? That doesn't make a lot of sense. It is different, and I will explain my thought process here. And I wasn't dropping hints about this before in earlier episodes, but what this has allowed me to do from my standpoint is when I walk into a gym, I am a gym owner. I am not a gym goer anymore. I'm not a gym member, so to say, right? Like for you, when you go to the gym, it still feels like that one time a day you get to escape and be you, and you're in the gym and it's all special, right? For me, I don't necessarily get that feeling anymore like I used to when I was younger. So this opportunity is intriguing and interesting and all the things for me because when I walk into this bar and restaurant, I am a customer. I am not an owner. Like my mindset is still in the frame of which I can walk in and I can see what needs to change and I can see what the customers see versus, again, the owner. Me as an owner in the gym, yes, I see when it's dirty. I see when things are left out. I see when people leave all this stuff. But again, I'm not thinking like the first day in the gym type member. I'm not thinking about how nerve-wracking it is to walk into a gym, right? And all of those items, those feelings. So me walking into Izzy's, I still feel like I'm a goer, a customer of the business. What this is allowing me to do is I'm thinking of how to run this bar and restaurant as a better business, as better for the customers, better for the community, right? Like I can see how, as me as a customer, would like it to be better. So that's awesome. Since I'm able to do it there, it's also allowing me to become a better leader and owner in the gyms. It's just giving me this different framework, this different mindset, like this different understanding, right? And a different point of view, a different perspective, right? We've talked a little bit about that. So I'm very excited. I don't want to say anything too soon because I didn't want it to not happen. I didn't want it to fall through for any reason. But as of right now, you're hearing this Tuesday. I'm recording this a little early for you, but 10 a.m. today is closing time. And so again, assuming everything goes right, Izzy's is ours. And we are rebranding to what's called Grizzy's. It's a playoff of Izzy's and Grizzly. And we're going Grizzy's, right? So I've got a lot of ideas. I want to make this thing awesome. I want to put the customer first. I want to put our team first, our employees first. And so I want to adopt that same mentality there, kind of what we're doing on the gym side and priority side. So we're going to get in. We're not going to make any major changes. We're not going to rebrand everything. We're not going to tear the whole place down and start fresh. We don't even intend on really closing down at all. We're just going to keep rolling with the punches. We're going to come in. We're going to figure out the business. We're going to figure out the people. We're going to like see what's going on. And I want everybody's opinion that currently works there and or the regulars, right? I want to know what they see and what they hear. And then I want to make changes around what they see. I'm not trying to come in as the dictator and saying this is how we're doing it. I don't want to come in and change everything to my vision. My vision is just to run a good business. I want people happy. I want the customers to be happy. I want our team to be happy. And so I want to take the vision of the entire team and figure out this is the direction we're going, right? Like I have some opinions, but those opinions are going to be given to them. And I'm going to take their opinions first. Then I'm going to kind of say what I'm thinking. Then we're going to come to an agreement and we're going to make something awesome. So the first 30, 60, 90 days, who knows, maybe 6 months, a year. I don't want to give any specifics because I don't definitives just because, again, I might say 30 days and it might take 90. I might say a year and it only takes us 90 days. I don't know. So we're going to get in there. We're going to learn the people. We're going to learn the systems. We're going to document the systems. We're going to create a good outline to how this bar and restaurant works. Make sure we're set up with all the vendors properly, right? We've done all the things so far. The liquor license, the food, right. We were doing all of the things so far, but there's still going to be a learning curve. There's still going to be an understanding. And so I'm super excited. I've got some really cool ideas on how, for those of you listening, how the gym can actually partner with Grizzy's and do some cool stuff. So I don't want to release my ideas quite yet because, again, things can change, but I'm sure I'll be sharing that with you soon. So lots of cool ideas. Maybe we could take the bar and restaurant and we plan on a rebrand. We plan on cleaning it up. We're going to give it some new paint. We're going to do these, housekeeping items to change the face a little bit. And again, give it a breath of fresh air. But yeah, so I'm super excited. It's been I'm impatient. It's something I need to be better at, but this has been kind of a long time coming over the last couple months. We were planning on closing at the new year, so it was a fresh slate, but we weren't able to. There was a local municipality thing basically where they needed 15 days I needed to fill out a certain amount of paperwork and they needed it in-house for 15 days, right? And I got it to them like basically the next day, but we were already within that cutoff. So they had to go to the 2nd January and Tuesday, and then they could review the case and approve everything. So then our closing got pushed back to the end of January, essentially. So no big deal. I'm just impatient. So when I want something and I want to accomplish something and I want to do something, I want to do it now. And so it's just, again, been kind of a long work in progress here. So that's big news number 1 for you is Izzy's is going to be called Grizzy's. We are going to slowly do this conversion, this transition. We're going to get to know the staff. We're going to, make a nice, strong team. Again, we're going to put the customers first. I really want to, when you think of like Chick-fil-A and the greetings and the way they tell you goodbye. I haven't been there in so long, but you say thank you and they say whatever they say back, right? Like I want to make sure that we've got some standards, some expectations. And I want extremely fast service. I don't want you to come in and feel like you're waiting for 10, 15 minutes. I want to greet you at the door. I want to get you seated. I want to get you water right away. Like, I think of these things as a customer, and I want to make sure that you've got good quality food. I want you to feel good about what you're eating. I want you to make sure it's cooked to your level of status. I want you to be satisfied with the service you're getting, the food you're getting. And if you're not satisfied, I want us to know about it right away so we can make it right. So we've got some new fun stuff in the works for that. If you are listening, if you've been to Izzy's before, I would love for you to reach out and tell me what your 2 cents is, what your input is, what you've heard about in the past, what you'd like to see different, maybe things you'd like to see on the menu, maybe things you'd like to see taken off the menu, maybe things that we have, fucked up in the past for you, right? Like, I just want to know, because I want you back as a customer. I want you to come and check it out. I want to make things better. I'm not saying day one is going to be the best day to check it out, because again, we're not changing anything day one. The menu's staying the same, the systems, the people. But as we get the ball rolling here, 30, 60, 90 days, I do want to make an impact. I do want to have better customer service. I do want to have, dress code. I want to have expectations. I want to clean the place up. We want to paint, right? Like, we want to do this stuff. So anyways, I'll stop rambling, but I am extremely excited about this opportunity and kind of where it can take us and how it can benefit all of our businesses together. This isn't just let's get into the restaurant and bar industry because it sounds fun. It does sound fun, but I have a much greater vision, which I will share with you as we get into this and we learn more and understand more. So hopefully some of you are very surprised. Hopefully some of you probably already have heard of this if you're a local in the Berlin area. So that is what's up. That's what I've been hiding. We are looking at a couple other properties for expansion in other areas as well. We are looking to expand Grizzly as always, but we're also looking to provide a good service here at Grizzly. So some awesome things we're doing with Grizzly, for example. So for those of you listening, and I'm just going to explain this because I think I enjoy talking about business, and I hope you guys enjoy hearing what it's like to be a business owner and kind of the things that we're doing and just, all of that. So I'm going to use today's episode to just give you kind of some inside intel. And so we have one work phone for all of our facilities. If you've ever tried to call us, we try to do our best to get back to you right away. We want to be a mom and pop gym. Like, that's our goal. And every gym that we own is different. Like, if you walk into one Grizzly versus the next, it's going to be a different feel. It's not going to feel like a franchise. I don't consider it a franchise. It's just a small mom and pop style gym in small town Wisconsin. And that's what we pride ourselves on. That being said, if I was a single mom and pop gym and I had one location, it would be very easy for me to have one number and get back to my gym members. Since we have multiple facilities, we have one phone, one landline, one cell phone that controls all the gym's customer service line. And as a gym owner, as a business owner, we always try to think, how can we improve systems? How can we make things better? And we're not a government agency, right? So it's not like it takes years and years and years to like make things better. It doesn't need to be complicated. It's just we have to figure out how we can make things better and then execute. So our phone system has been one of those where we count on 1 or 2 people to handle the phone and get back to as many people. And we've cycled through people before because it is one of those tasks where you're trying to do your normal day stuff and you might get 50 phone calls or a bunch of text messages or whatever. And it can be stressful. It can be a lot. So we have been working through a new system. How can we get the phone out of somebody's hands and how can we automate some of this stuff? So AI is a big thing. And those, I think those people who adopt AI and can understand it and use it to the best of their ability, it will help businesses. It will help individuals. It is said that AI, I think, increases IQ by like 20 points or something crazy, right? Like it's a substantial amount. So what we're doing is we are implementing an AI bot or agent that is going to have a lot of our common conversations, our common questions, our common answers, our FAQs, right? When people call our line, what are they looking for? A day pass, a week pass, a gym membership, a gym tour, sign up with insurance, right? All of these options. So we are currently building out our AI bot, and the phone number you call will first be serviced by an AI bot. Now, I know what you're thinking. You call those phone numbers and you get some shitty voicemail assistant thing that says, press 2 to do this or press 3 to do that. It's not going to be like that. Think about AI. Think about how responsive and how smart it is. You can still go. Sorry, I'm getting a phone call. You can still go. You can go to like ChatGPT, right? And you can have a good conversation with it. So think about that just being our landline now. So you'll be able to call. You'll be able to cut off our agent. So if you're like annoyed and you want to ask it the exact question you want to ask, go ahead. The AI agent's going to allow us to collect a name, number, email right away. So that way, if we get disconnected, we have that information logged and we can always communicate with you as an individual. Say you call and you're like, hey, I want to sign up for Grizzly Berlin. Can you help me with that? No problem. Do you mind if I send you a link to do that right after we get off the phone? Boom. AI agent automatically sends that individual a message that says, here's the link to sign up for Grizzly Berlin. The agent will know all of our staffed hours for our facilities. So if you call and say, hey, I want to come get a membership, what time are you staffed? We'll be able to do that. And the AI agent will also be able to ask, do you want to just sign up right now, right? Like, this is how our system will work. And so we're working on building it out. It's going to be pretty cool. I just wanted to tell you guys as a business owner, this is what we're working on and some cool, fun stuff here at Grizzly. So there's still going to be questions and concerns that can't be handled by that system, and we're aware of that. And so what happens is, basically, if we come to a conclusion or the solution is that you need to talk to somebody, that will notify our system and we'll be able to get back. The benefit here is we won't miss calls. Sometimes we're known for not the best customer service because we don't get back to customers fast enough. And that's just because sometimes our coaches are the ones with the phone, and our coaches have to do sessions, and we can't expect these people to have access to the phone 24/7. Like, we just can't. The bigger we get, the more phone calls we get, the more service we have to give. So this will be like our first line of defense where we can get most questions answered, and there might still be 20 or 25% of conversations that need to happen off this with a human, which is fine because all of that will be tracked. It'll be logged. We'll be able to communicate with you directly. We'll get notified, right? It'll be awesome. Also, all of these conversations that are happening will automatically be logged. So any conversation that you have with the agent, we'll have all the dialogue. So we'll know exactly what was said and how it was said. And so we can slowly make it even better if there's things that we're noticing they're not picking up. But again, you could go in here and you could legit ask it, hey, I want to know how many miles it is from McDonald's. And it'll tell you, McDonald's here in Berlin to the gym is about 2.5 miles if you want to walk that far or whatever, right? Like, it still has the AI, artificial intelligence to it. So anyways, another really cool thing that we're working on here at Grizzly to improve our service and to make it better. I also know that I said I want to make it feel like a mom and pop shop. Does an AI bot make it feel like a mom and pop shop? No, but we want to have the best communication with our clients, and we want to have the fastest turnaround with our clients. We don't want to miss a single client. And so that's kind of the trade-off there, is that we can't always be perfect. And this is going to be one of those things that allows us to capture everybody that needs to be captured and help as much as we can, as fast as we can, right? So anyways, super exciting stuff happening here at Grizzly. We are getting the rest of Grizzly Watoma wrapped up. So that's exciting. I'm not going to go into too much detail there, but with our office space moving down below, our offices will be open. We're going to bring some really cool stuff into the backside of Watoma. We're not going to get into specifics there, but we are going to have some more square footage available to do some fun stuff. So I'll leave that at that. Grizzly Berlin, for those of you listening, we are going through, it's the beginning of the year, so we're kind of figuring out what we want to accomplish this year. Grizzly Berlin, we're at the point where we really just want to do the fine tuning, the little things that pay attention to detail, if you may. I want to help, I want Grizzly Berlin just to clean up a little bit more. For example, outlet covers. These are things that gym members aren't necessarily going to see or notice, but some do. And I want to start paying attention to detail. So finishing trim work, getting the rest of the mirrors hung up, the electrical outlet covers, the light switches, like, does everything match? Do we pay attention to detail? We've always been the type of business where we just want to offer the most awesome gym we can again, we're a small budget, small business, but this year, Berlin's going to continue getting random equipment because that's what I do, but we're going to clean up the little stuff and we're going to try to make it, hand grips on machines. Are all the hand grips repaired? They all look nice. Are all of the pads blue? Like, that's one of our projects this year, is getting all of the equipment to be that. So more exciting stuff there. I'm trying to think here, other location stuff that's going on. Princeton is going to receive a revamp of some new equipment. So if you've been to Grizzly Princeton before, we are in a very old hall there from the 1880s, 1890s, early 1900s. Movie theater, roller rink. It's a really cool historical building. We are going to be bringing in some new equipment there. If you've been there, we collect all chrome, Nautilus, Universal, and is there Paramount maybe? There's some all chrome equipment, all chrome weight stacks, all chrome frames of the machines. It's just really cool collectible stuff. So I've got like another handful of chrome pieces to bring in to finish that up. And then we have another little mini circuit that we're going to bring in to also help clean up the machines there. If you've been to Princeton, we have like kind of all different color machines there. Like Watoma is like generally silver frame or black frame only. Princeton is like white frame, silver frame, black frame. We have one purple frame machine from Planet Fitness a long time ago, right? So we are working on, I don't necessarily need it to be perfect, but I just want to clean it up a little bit. We've got a nice little silver circuit we want to bring in. We might take out some random stuff, maybe get the pads looking good over there too, get the rest of the chrome stuff in there. And we just want to make sure that space is functional and good for our clients there. And we do a decent amount of training there for our clients. We have a decent amount of training clients there. So we want to make sure that the space is set up in a way that it functions well and all of that. So that is on our to-do. So if you're listening and you're from Princeton or you go there once in a while, we do have intentions of getting that flowing better and getting some more stuff in that facility. If you are listening from Omro, we do have intentions of getting Omro continually. Like we want to clean up Omro more. We want to push more memberships there this year. We do not own the building there, so repairs and maintenance is a little bit harder sometimes on the building itself, but we did bring in a bunch of new pads at the end of last year, so all of the cracked pads in Omro were replaced. We want to bring in a little bit more cardio probably yet. We want to do a little bit of reorganization there so it functions better. And then we'd like to clean the floor up because it's a pet peeve of mine when you come in there and the concrete's painted black, but it's just still a little bit of a mess, and we want to try to, again, make it more appealing and more the finished look. So if you've never been over to Omro, we did acquire that just over a year ago, a year and a couple months. We gave it a fresh coat of paint. We knocked out some rooms. We opened it up a little bit more. We brought in some new equipment. And so we just got to get over there and kind of do some more finishing touches and bring it all together. So that's kind of a little wrap and a little update on some of the facility stuff that we've got going on. Priority Fitness is still doing Priority Fitness stuff. This year we're looking to expand and grow our book of business a little bit more. We want to sell more used equipment. So if you know anybody in the market for any used cardio, treadmills, ellipticals, bikes, you want to get a little home gym set up, whatever it may be, contact us. We can help you. We can point you in the right direction. We can give you some insight. If you don't want to buy from us, but you want an opinion on 2 new units you're looking to buy from somewhere else, hey, I'd love to help you and point you in the right direction and give you our input. We service this stuff full time. We firsthand know what's good and what's not, and we know the terminology in the industry. So when you're looking to buy something that says light commercial versus home use versus all these different, there are meanings there, and I recommend people to be safe and cautious in what you're buying to make sure you're not buying some junk. So anyways, that's kind of a wrap on that. I just wanted to use today to reconnect with you, let you know what's going on. I haven't talked to you guys one-on-one in a while. The Izzy's thing is obviously huge, and it's probably something you've heard rumors about, and I just want to set the rumors straight. So as we make changes there, as we do new stuff, I will address you here first so you guys know what's happening there. This year with the podcast as well, I'm going to continue releasing episodes Tuesday and Thursdays. And we are going to be releasing some additional episodes throughout the week. Nothing set in stone, but we might be doing some more client interview conversations, before and after conversations, getting in front of some of our clients and hearing their stories. And so the Grizzly Life podcast is all about being the best version of yourself regarding health and fitness, nutrition, finances, living the best life, right? Longevity, I always talk a lot about, but I also talk a lot about leadership and becoming a better you all around, right? So that's what the Grizzly Life podcast is about. So some of my coaches, in particular, Kimber, our rock star, she is going to do some interviews with some clients of ours and get some podcast clips out there. So you guys will probably see some additional videos there, just so you are aware. We are doing our weekly emails Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you are not getting those yet, please reach out to us so we can get you on those. Those are those are just emails coming from me as a person, telling you what I'm learning, what I'm going through, some things to think about. I throw some funny photos in there if I take some funny selfies, like when my face was frozen from running outside. So anyways, think about that. Let us know. Every Tuesday and Thursday, the emails go out as well. There's not much of a call to action in there. I'm not trying to sell anything. It's just reaching out to you guys. We do some giveaways in there. So if you want like free creatine or free t-shirt, we do have emails set up where if you respond to the email, it's that simple. You just got to respond to the email and answer one question or fill out a form, or give us the secret code that I put in the email. And then you get entered to win that item of whatever we're giving away. So that's an update there. I don't think I've got too much else for you today. I'm just going to keep it shorter. We're at 25 or so minutes, I think, or maybe just shy of 30. So hopefully you guys got something from today. Again, it was just a general update. Let me see if I've got any other quotes I want to leave you with here. This is another interesting one. The lazy don't know how to start. The losers don't know how to finish. The legends don't know how to stop. So, I just thought that was another interesting one, kind of motivating, right? The lazy don't know how to start. The losers don't know how to finish, and the legends don't know how to stop, right? So the losers are giving up. They're just stopping before the finish line. The lazy are blaming everything else around them, and they're just not even willing to start, and they're just kind of letting life go by. And the legends don't know how to stop. I just thought that was a good one, right? So what category are you in? What are you trying to accomplish with your life? Do you have goals? Do you have little micro goals? I don't think it's a great idea. I always talk about goal setting on here, but we'll finish the episode here. Think about what you want to accomplish this year. Wandering through life without a goal, you don't know where you're going to end up. And that's fine. I get it. Some people want to just whatever comes at me happens, right? But these goals can be, what do you want to see? What do you want to do? Where do you want to, who do you want to meet, right? These don't need to be, I don't want you to feel weird about setting a goal in the sense of, oh, I need to have abs. I need to be this fit. I need to accomplish this amazing feat. I do think a life filled with goals, you have more accomplishments and you feel good. If you look at it like this, you've got guests coming over and you go, I need to clean the house before they get here. That's a goal that you're going to accomplish, right? So it's a very micro goal in the scale of things. You're going to do it today or tomorrow or whatever the next day. And that's a goal you created. I got to do this by this date, and I'm going to get it done. Now, be careful on setting a life goal because you might chase your entire life some massive goal, and by the time you achieve this goal, you might be too old to... you might have wasted your entire life on a goal that once you achieved, it is no longer important to you. So I don't want you to get entrapped by this big picture, this big crazy thing you got to do and see. And I just want you to think of, if I could look back on my life, what would make me feel good about? Like, what did I do? I was a good mom. I was a good dad. I saw the world. I visited the places I wanted to see. I toured this. I toured that. I made $1 million. I started a business because I told myself I always wanted to, right? Like, what do you want to do? And I need you to write it down, and I need you to commit to yourself. If you set goals and you do not accomplish them, if you tell yourself, hey, I'm going to do this by Friday, I'm going to do this by next week, I'm going to do this by the end of the month. First off, don't set too many goals. It'll be too hard to accomplish them. It's the man who chases two rabbits catches none. So be careful. If you're not a goal person, don't go set 10 of them and try to dramatically change your life tomorrow. I can write down multiple things and accomplish multiple, like I can attack multiple things at once, which isn't always the best thing. It might draw you too thin, right? But if you're going to say, I'm going to do X by Friday, and it's not something absolutely fucking crazy, I'm going to, end up on Mount Rushmore by Friday, something that's not physically able to happen, right? If this goal can happen by Friday and you set it and you don't make yourself do it, if you don't, you're telling your brain it's okay. You're telling your subconscious it's okay. It's okay, man. We can do it next week. It's okay. And then we become weak-minded individuals. And this continues to snowball. Next time you set a goal, you get really close, but you're like, it's not that big of a deal. I did more than I thought I was going to. Or, right, you set up this weak mindset for you. And this, again, is a snowball effect, and it keeps going and gets bigger and keeps going faster. And as you get older in life and as you continue growing and maturing, right, this is not a good path to go down. And I'm guilty. I've done this before, where you can talk yourself into anything. You can talk yourself out of anything. So you need to reflect, do a self-reflection, and decide, what do I want to accomplish? What do I want to do? How can I do it? And write it down, figure it out, and just keep focused on what that one thing is. Like, don't let your brain say it's okay. You can go to bed. You can do it next week. We can start Monday. If there's something you want to do, go out and do it. So anyways, I'll stop rambling about goals, but I there's a big power in doing what you're saying you're going to do, right? Like accomplishing what you set out to do. The more wins you can stack, you set a weekly goal and you keep stacking them, eventually you have enough power and strength, willpower, right? Your mind is strong enough that you can accomplish a lot more. So I feel like a lot of people feel like they may be stuck in their own way. They can't do this. So it's always me, right? These negative things. In all reality, you're just building this mindset, whether you've grown up that way and your parents have allowed it potentially, and I'm talking to all ages here. You might be 50, 60, 70 listening. The way you were brought up is obviously a massive influence on it, but unless you're willing to realize and self-reflect on your own situation, you're not going to get out of your own way. So the way you're raised has a large effect on how you act and how you perceive things, for sure. But I believe that you have the power to change for the better if you're willing to learn. I also think that you should also always be chasing like knowledge and wisdom. One of the other sayings is like, a lot of us become wise too late in life, and then it doesn't matter anyways, right? So chasing wisdom, chasing knowledge. I encourage you all to read. I encourage you all to learn more. Read biographies, read autobiographies, learn from people who have already lived a life before you, and you're instilling those years of life into you. You're avoiding mistakes that you can avoid because now you've heard it firsthand. You've read it firsthand. You're not getting any better by watching reels. You're not getting any better by just scrolling social media and just reading random posts on Facebook and people just fucking complaining about this or that. Read something, find a mentor, find people you like, find a category or topic that interests you. Don't read shit you don't want to read because there's no point. Learn stuff. Learn anything. Become a better version of you. Learn, like, the more wisdom you have, the more knowledge you have, you should always be chasing that. Life at the end of the road of life, however you want to look at it, I think to define a good life is what you know and what you've learned and what you've seen and what you've done, right? So your brain is willing to learn as much as the capacity is massive. So I just want you to think about the more you know, the more you know. The more you learn, the more you understand, the wiser you are, the more you can give back. The more things you know and understand and learn, the better mentor you can be, the better partner you can be, the better person you can be, because you can coach other people. And so those later years of life, and we always look at our elders as wise. They make better decisions. They understand more. They've been through more life. Like, they've just lived longer than us. Read again, about other people before us. Read about all of the presidents. Maybe get on a president kick. I've got a bunch of books on the presidents. I bought a bunch of books on, like, the Al Capones of the world. I want to learn about that era. I bought a bunch of books on all the presidents. There's a couple other categories. I just bought a lot of autobiographies of these people. I'm reading one on Charlie Munger right now. So I want to take away as much as I can from those so I can apply them to my everyday life. And so that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm willing to do in order to get ahead. And not to get ahead of you. It's to get ahead in my life. I want to improve my understanding, my vision, my vocabulary, the way I speak, right? That's why I do these podcasts too. I want to be able to speak better. I want to be able to understand things. But anyways, I'll leave it off there. I managed to talk to you for an additional 6-7 minutes there on goal setting and trying to get you to be a better version of you. So if you want to add me on anything, Snapchat, Colton.Burt, Colton.Burt, Instagram, ColtonBurt19. Find me on Facebook. If you want to email us, Garrett, GARRETT @fitnessgrizzly.com. If you want to be on a podcast, if you want to have a conversation, if you want to have an argument, maybe, I don't know, I'm not much of a debater, but maybe there's something we could debate about. We could try that. If there's a topic you want me to talk about, one of the upcoming topics I want to go over is recovery tools in the fitness field. All of the kind of those tools and, the red light therapies, the cryotherapy, the cold plunge. I want to kind of revisit some of those tools and go over them with you and educate you guys with them. On what I know, I'm not an expert by any means, but I at least want to touch base on them a little bit and just give you guys some info. So thank you guys for listening. Please send these episodes to people. If you're from the Berlin area, if you're anywhere local, I assume most of you are local. If you're listening, get the word out. Let people know what's happening with Izzy's and Grizzy's and how awesome it's going to be. And you're excited to see the change in the next 6 months. And if you've got some ideas for me, again, please let me know. I'm all ears. I like to get everybody's opinion, and then I like to make an informed decision. I'm not the kind of that makes a decision and goes back on it. I want everybody's thoughts and ideas put together, and then I can make the best decision moving forward. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for listening. This is the Grizzly Life Podcast, and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much.